Setesmorez-vous, tronquez-vous, balez vite, do no more, baby, hablez plus ça. This is my story of how I actually managed to get jacked. And I know that you can get fit and get a six-pack too. Now, there are a couple things that I need to show you that enable me to do it. And it starts with these very complicated sheets, scraps that look borderline mentally ill. But I need to tell you something interesting. This very list of mine is what's enabled me to get strong and get fit. The first thing I started to do to get these massive arms and veins on my forearms has been to train every single day. Now, doesn't matter where you are. You might be obese, you might have diabetes, you might not even be able to move out of your bed, let alone run up a hill. That's all irrelevant. I used to video game. I used to play Fortnite and I used to watch YouTube endlessly. 6+ hours. The second I came from, I'd watch YouTube till the end of the afternoon. And that was ridiculous, sucking away my energy, my life force, and my ability to pray and my ability to serve the Lord above. So I'm going to tell you exactly from someone who was playing Fortnite, watching YouTube for 6+ hours a day. I got him at 2 till 8 at night. So I remember when I was younger, when I was at least 6, I used to sleep over with my granny. And you know why I loved sleeping over my granny? Not because of the food, not because I got to enjoy the nice warm bed or fantastic spaghetti bolognese. All that was secondary to granny's old TV. I would arrive there, maybe 12, midday, 12:1. And from there till not midnight, but till 8 at night, I would be sitting, watching the cartoon channels, watching all these rubbish channels and programs online, or on granny's TV. Soon enough, it started changing to YouTube as the time went on. And I remember it was 8 at night. Later, my eyes were burning. As they say, they don't use the phrase anymore, but if you watch, your eyes are going to go square because the TV is square. That saying's finished and gone. No one even says it anymore. But Granny extended my time from 8 to 9. I said, thank you, Granny. And then I could barely fall asleep. And I always wondered, why the hell can't I fall asleep? The one time I stayed up the whole night. And I got up and I was playing with a tennis racket from midnight till early in the morning because I couldn't fall asleep. Why? Because I was watching endless TV. I know what it's like to seriously be unhealthy, unfit, and fat. So let's go back to this. This is a schedule and I'm going to read it out slowly. So the very first thing, the most important thing when it comes to me getting a six-pack and you getting one, is training every single day. Now, I've said this before. What does that mean? Firstly, I need you to understand that that means we're going to be training on Monday, back and biceps. Tuesday, chest and triceps. Back and biceps, Monday. Chest and triceps, Tuesday. Legs, Wednesday. Abs, Thursday. And Friday, I recommend you do some cardio. And over those next 2 days, light activity, especially if you're just starting. And then we do it again. Back and biceps, chest and triceps, legs and abs. Do a bit of cardio and then relax. Or what you can do is you can take those 2 days of break and split them throughout the week. And I'm saying this is for someone who's done nothing, never trained in your life. When you go, do it once a day. And if you're just starting, half an hour. What I want you to do is, don't focus on any of the fancy details. Just take something of weight. It can be a can of beans, it doesn't matter. And lift it. Literally, that's all you need to do. Once you get more advanced, then you can come back to me and we'll go more advanced. I'll show you what to do, what exercises if you want to get veins and big. But right now, we can just cultivate the habit of getting very big and very strong. There's another guy who was telling me how to get strong, get fit. He said something interesting. He said, a large part of getting strong isn't actually about lifting weights or anything fancy with the right technique, slowly but surely. It's more importantly about what you eat. When I was younger, we used to have a prayer facility. And on some days, I'm going to call it a church, and on some days at church, on the day, they would serve cold drinks. Now, being a kid, sugar is the most addictive substance, like crack cocaine, straight to your head like jet fuel. So there was so much cold drink there. What I would do is they had little polystyrene cups. I went, and a few of my friends were also involved in copious amounts of sugar and cold drink drinking. So I started with Fanta grape. I would go away and play snooker, whatever, at our prayer facility. Then I'd come back for Coke. Then I'd finish that, come back and I'd have a Fanta. So I've realized that gym is just as important as diet. It needs to balance. I want to show you. I'm going to take a book over here and I'm going to take a piece like this. Now watch this. See if you have balance. So you're balancing your diet with gym. But what if you gym too much and your diet's rubbish? Fall away. What if you diet too much and you don't gym enough? So it needs to be a balance between what you eat and how much you gym. Step 1, we're going to train every day. Back and biceps, chest and triceps, legs, abs, cardio, rest for 2 days. Either do it at the end or put it within if you're getting too tired, because if you're just starting. The second thing is, I've never ever seen anyone overeat when it comes to eating nuts and fruit and natural foods. I've never ever seen anyone overeat these kinds of foods. I've only ever experienced myself and other people overeat fried food. Stuff that has mayonnaise on it and lots of oil in a restaurant. Don't you find that you can sit at a restaurant, you can have a delicious cappuccino, and you can get a burger with chips, and sometimes you can finish it off with a dessert. That's a lot of food. Hundreds of calories, thousands of kilojoules. But you know what's interesting? You're able to eat. Because what they do is they're putting flour and wheat with every food. What does that do? It's something scientific for you. It blocks the leptin receptors. And leptin receptors signal when you're feeling full, which tells you to stop eating. Something else I learned from my dentist. His name is Dr. Jeff Eitzman, famous dentist. He said, once you finish eating meat or nuts or something that's very chewy, you don't actually feel that hungry because your body has secreted so much saliva and your jaws have already been exercised. Now, what if we take away all those hard foods, no carrots, and we go straight to soft foods like protein shakes? Even though it fills you up, you aren't chewing, so you don't get that double time effect of having food which fills you up and having the chewing that makes you feel full. So that's something else that's a little important tip for you guys to remember. Yes, you can gym as much as you want, but also diet. I realized at school we did the cycling tour. It was 500 kilometers, and every day I had to train for it. And I remember seeing a photo from myself after an entire week of that training. And what happened was I became so vascular. Now, luckily my arms are a bit thicker and bigger. But there were so many veins. And I was borderline anorexic. I was getting so skinny. So what I've decided to do within the last week is eat a bit more. And I hope that you guys can see a difference. And the plan is that I don't want to just be so skinny and vascular. I want to be as strong as I am, but eat more. Because at the end of the day, yes, something about having the six-pack. But it's also, in my opinion, more important to be strong and have that inner strength. I want these forearms double the size, arms double the size, everything double the size. I'm happy with the progress where I am. So this is also another word of warning. Yes, maybe right now you want to get to that lean phase, you want a six-pack. And I fully respect that. But you know what? For me, I'm already kind of there. And what I want is to be bigger. I want these arms to be bigger. So I'm actually eating more food. And I don't mind if my abs don't show perfectly. A little bit of fat. But that actually allows me to build muscle. There's one other thing I want to tell you. But it's too technical and it's irrelevant. So firstly, we're going to train every day and we're going to eat well. The third thing that you might need to know, and I'm going to end on this, is that there's something called bulking and cutting. I've never thought of it like this. The only thing I do is I measure my proteins more or less so I understand I'm getting enough. But the bulking phase is essentially you have a maintenance amount of energy intake. And if you have that amount of energy through the calories and food that you eat, you will maintain weight. If you have above that, you will put on weight. And if you go below that, you will cut, which means you'll just lose excess fat whilst losing a bit of muscle. So I am now going into the process of bulking. But what that means is when I'm eating, I make sure I eat till I'm full. I make sure I have an extra protein shake or something at night before I go to bed. I'm making sure I'm filling in a little bit of extra food so that I don't look super skinny, so I don't look really, really small, because I want the muscles to show, and I'd rather be big than be incredibly lean. That's just a word of warning for you. How you can get a six-pack. Let me know how you're doing. Let me know what your plan is, because I believe in you, and if I can do it, sure as hell you can do it. It's easy. If I can do it, you can do it. If I can't do it, well, then I don't believe I can't do it, because I can do anything that if I set my mind to. Just like you can do anything if you set your mind to it. We are a clan. You and me. Team. See? You, me, spells team. Because together, everyone achieves more. I believe in you. You can get a six-pack. You can get strong. You can get lean. Be it a man, woman, doesn't matter who you are, where in the world you are. I believe in you. Now go crush it, King.